First off, I don't care what you people say. Never follow rules. I'm a trendsetter anyway. Okay, I march to the beat of my own drum. They say I need rules in my life. Well, I got some. That's one. Kill the competition. Two. Be a loyal dog. Three. And if they snitching on your man, send them to the morgue. Four. When you party, go hard till you hit the floor. Five. If you didn't see me do it, what the hell you asking for? Welcome to my world. Llama.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Sunday night live stream. This is the Big Llama Show. I'm the Big Llama. Guys, thank you guys so much for joining us. We come live to you on the Facebooks, on YouTube, and on Twitch at blackout_AD. Let me bring out my co-host extraordinaire, Blackout AD. Welcome to the show, Mr. AD. How are you this fine evening?
What up, Llama?
What's up, man? What's up, man? I got very excited about tonight's episode. How you doing, man?
I'm good. Good.
Good. We got another week, man. Another busy week. Got some folks in the chat. Got Chat Mom here. She's got throwing down the fire. Birdie says he's here. He's here for the topics. I'm glad you guys are here. Glad you guys joined us again for another week, man. Let's see. We got things to talk about. There's a couple things we want to talk about this week. We got some topics on deck. Before we get to those topics, hopefully you guys have, first of all, liked and subscribed to the channel. I hope you guys are doing that because that's how you show some support for the channel. And hopefully you checked out the latest reactions. Vampire Diaries dropped this week. Episode 10 is out. So go ahead and check that out. It's a great episode. I think one of our funnier episodes. Some funny stuff there. And the copyright ridden Bullet Train is out. So check that one out as well. So again, some great reactions are out this week. And so we're excited. Even though Bullet Train has been released 3 times this week, it's finally out of copyright jail and finally getting some love. So check those out for sure. Let's see. I'm liked. I'm subscribed. I don't even skip ads. Thank you for not skipping the ads. It gives us some ad revenue for sure. Even though I was afraid on episode 10 that we'd get some ad suitability issues, some of the things I said on those episodes. But no, it was great. It was great. And the Vampire Diaries is doing really well. So love that stuff. But This week we had some fun stuff happen. So we had the UFC fight night at the Sphere in Las Vegas. That's obviously a high point of things that happened. If we get to other things, right, we're going to talk about that. And I did not watch the fights. I've only watched the spectacle of the Sphere. I saw what the fights look like. I saw some of the images of the Sphere, but I did not watch the fights. So I'll leave the analysis to Blackout AD. Also want to talk about Shannon Sharp and what I believe is his, I think he did it on purpose. The fake Instagram. Ooh, I left it on live while he was boning his girl.
There's no way he did it on purpose.
Man, he's got a contract with an ED supply company. Come on, man.
Everybody does though. Literally everybody.
I know.
And he works for Disney. Dude.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
No.
That's crazy.
But
No.
we won't start talking about him. But somebody said the ways to get on Instagram Live, it takes like 10 clicks. It's not as easy as like, oops, I hit the button and I'm live, right? So like they were like, come on now. But I gotta say, if it wasn't on purpose and it wasn't staged, the dude was pretty impressive in his performance. So anyway, see, I knew I'd get that reaction from him.
Yeah, there's no way, dude. He works for Disney. They fired people for less.
For sure.
And he's on a wave up. You know what I mean? That's one of those mistakes that could have cost him a lot of fucking money. Like, and if you try to do it on purpose, it could have went bad. So yeah, there's no way.
Yeah. So that we'll talk about that a little bit. And then there's the Penguin series is coming out on the 19th. So by next week, we can talk a little bit about the episodes, but the reviews are out and it's gotten really, really high reviews. But I was more, obviously the reviews sparked my interest, but the other thing was the timing of when the show takes place. Definitely got my interest. So we can talk about that. And obviously Kendrick Lamar books the Super Bowl halftime show. He's the headliner. Some controversy there from others that are hating on it, but I think it's deservedly so, and it makes total sense. But yeah, some great topics to talk about tonight. So great things that happened this week. And then the last thing, I'll just mention it just because I said I was going to do it this week. I did go see Beetlejuice today. Don't waste your money. Don't waste your money. You heard what?
I heard it was good.
Okay. If you're a Beetlejuice fan and you really, really like Beetlejuice, it's okay. Like it's okay. But I don't think it's. I went into it with not very high expectations. I just went into it. Okay, I like Beetlejuice. It was boring. It was like the first half was a little boring, and the second half of it was just a little convoluted. Across the board, I took 7 people with me, and we all kind of were like, eh. So I would just say, don't waste your money because we spent over $130 for all these people to go to the movies, and felt like we wasted money. But we got some wings out of it. We went to go eat some wings at a local place, So anyway, just wanted to tell people I went to go see that movie, and it wasn't that great. Anyway, so you saw the fights last night. I only want to. I mean, again, I can only comment on what I saw in terms of the spectacle. The Sphere looks like an impressive place to do fights, man. It looked amazing.
It's honestly a game changer, and like it's gonna be, at least from my take of like what I hear Dana White speaking of, and just other people around the UFC, that this is gonna be a norm. Supposedly they're building a mini Sphere in Dallas, I believe they're building like a mini one. Then there's another place that's already kind of like a theater that's a little bit like it kind of overlaps overhead, but you can go watch fights there. You can watch live sporting events. I think it's going to be a new wave because, especially from how Dana White was describing, he's like, man, I've been to many basketball games. They're all doing weird shit there. Like there's clowns and like juggling and like weird ass like side things that are happening. And if more stadiums integrate the technology that the Sphere has, which we know these stadiums do have the money to do it, it's just how they're gonna do it. How do they make it more not like cost efficient to do it across the country? But you're gonna see a lot more of these things because, man, there was a lot of talk about this event, right? Obviously, being in the sphere, Dana White kept saying it's a love letter to Mexico. She kept hyping it up, selling it every time. It's gonna be the craziest event. You know, like we spent $20 to $30 million on it, all this stuff, and it's like, all right, let's see how it plays out. And you also got to factor in the fights. Like, you got to put on good matchups and hope that they perform well. And I mean, most of the fights did perform well, except for the last two, to be honest. Even Dana was like, yo, he's like, I hope people saw the Sphere event and then left before the co-main event because he was like, damn, those shows were boring. But in terms of like what they put, the visuals they put, the way they presented this, like them being in Mexico kind of while they're fighting, you know, obviously when they're fighting, they change it and they kind of make it normal because that would be distracting to the fighters. But like people are saying, like imagine they put, you know, on the outside of the sphere, like the fights going on. That would have been crazy. I mean, they did show like the winners and they did a lot of cool stuff, man. And the film, because they do consider it a film. The film they put on was fucking dope. So yeah, man, it definitely amps up. Because that's another thing about the UFC. I'm sorry, I'm talking a lot, but that's another thing about the UFC is that we get so many fucking fights. I mean, there was like 2 weekends ago we didn't have fights that weekend, and me and Bird both were like, it's kind of weird. There's no fights. You know what I mean? It's like, what do we talk about on the Saturday night? Because usually we're always talking about the fights. So there's just so much fighting, so much content they put out. It's kind of hard to get away from the UFC at this point. So everything becomes kind of very normal, you know, like the normal cards, even if it's at MSG, it's like they all look the same. They're all pretty normal.
Yeah.
So to see something like this is kind of like, damn, this could be the evolution of all sporting, not just fighting, but all sporting events and any other kind of entertainment events. But obviously the money, the technology requires that they spend the money. So I don't see things happening that fast, but I think in the next 10 years, most stadiums will have their form of those kind of screens on the inside and maybe, you know, NBA teams or NFL teams using. Well, I think NFL maybe not. I think NFL will take a little bit longer to do that, to be honest. Just because they don't prioritize the entertainment. They prioritize, I mean, besides the cheerleaders, they don't really prioritize entertainment like that. Aside from the Super Bowl, which we'll talk about. But yeah, man, it was great. I mean, the fights that I did see were really good. I was disappointed Sean O'Malley did lose his belt, which I was kind of down the rest of the night. I was like, damn, man, you know, another fucking champion I like losing to a wrestler. So I mean,
yeah. No, I was going to just tell you, like I think what it does is because I saw the setups during the fight and I saw the setups after while they were announcing the winners and all that good stuff. It's dynamic, like it changes with the scenery and the sets, and having the sphere, it just elevates the presentation of it. And obviously the seating, like you can put people up in the rafters and
that
you're
was
still
the only
getting a
thing
good view.
That's the only thing that kind of sucks though, is the seating, because there's not as many fans as there normally would have been in a UFC event. It was sold out. It was the highest gate, but the tickets I heard the tickets were like 2 to 3 mans a ticket, but it sold out.
22 million,
the
I
highest
think.
gate.
Yeah.
I think they did the highest merch sale. Now it could have went bad because they could have did real basic shit, right? They could have just put the fighters on top, like, you know, all right, these are the two fighters fighting, these are their things. They could have went real basic with it. I think the element of it being Noche UFC and like really honing in on a culture and trying to bring that culture story to life in a way that hasn't been told, especially in this in this atmosphere of a fighting rich culture. I mean, even the ring girls, they had ring girls dressed up for the different parts of the movie. Like they really immersed that sphere. And one thing too, it could have went bad in terms of like presentation on the TV and like watching it from home, but it wasn't. It was very very beautiful. Like you felt how beautiful it was. You probably more so felt like, damn, I wish I'd seen this in real life because it has to be crazy. So I mean, they
Yeah.
did they knocked it out of the park. And I mean, from the sounds of it, obviously it was hard. I mean, they said even like the things that normally are over the canvas that they use for lighting and used to like have the cameras and all that, they had to like reconfigure it for the sphere because you couldn't just have it above it. So they said that took 4 months of them trying to like figure out how they can do it perfectly. So, and again, if they do, they say this one and done, but if they do have another event like this, I think they'll learn from what they did here, and I think they'll keep giving us good content. Now, again, this opens up anything, like I mean, imagine a NBA All-Star game at the Sphere, or just like anything. But UFC raised the bar so high that you can't just put a game on the Sphere and think it's okay. I think you
Right.
need to really utilize what that technology is capable of, and you know mold it for whatever sporting event, whatever event. I mean, even concerts are going to be elevated off of what the UFC did, because now it's like getting people thinking like, oh, they had a whole fucking movie. Like imagine, for just topic's sake, Kendrick does
Yeah.
a performance there. He can have a cinematic playing just like they do at regular shows, but with the all encompassing of like immersing the crowd even more. So again, great
Yeah.
night, did well. It could have tanked because the Canelo thing. I mean, that was like the whole night, but obviously, I mean, I don't think Canelo made 22 million. Like, let's be real. Like, I don't.
No.
Maybe,
No.
maybe they had that at the gate, maybe a little bit more, but also a bigger venue, so more people can get in. But yeah, it was a successful night.
No, for sure. And I think if they take the technology that they used in the Sphere and mold it to something that is more adept to a UFC arena or something to that effect, it may be successful in that regard, because it is built for entertainment like concerts, movies, or an immersive experience. It's not built for the UFC or other types of venues. But you start using it in that fashion, you figure out a way to craft it around the sport. But again, it was dynamic, it was game changing, it was amazing to see. But it is a spectacle. It is something that it's not a one and done, but it's something that you have to, like, I think to bring down to a regularly like scheduled event. So if you're going to do it for big nights, you want to do it at a smaller scale, I think.
No, but
No,
the
no, not
sphere
smaller scale, like
itself, you
right.
can't. Like, it's no point of putting money in and just doing a regular event, especially after that. There's no point.
No, no.
For
Yeah.
the UFC, it's one and done, because they said they're like, yeah. There's we. I heard, or me and Bird were talking. It was 2 million per rehearsal to turn the lights on. $2 million just to turn the lights on,
Holy
to
shit.
rehearse. So it's like you have to make the time and money you're putting into an event like that to be the spectacle. Any event out of the Sphere will be like that from now on. If
Yeah.
they do any less, it's a failure and you wasted money, because
Yeah.
people will now hold this as the bar. So like, again, I don't know if you can't scale it. There's no way you can scale it down. I don't think.
No, but what I'm saying is I think the use of the giant LEDs, the use of the giant LED walls, I think that's the future of most events,
Oh
is
yeah.
to have those interactive walls behind you, because that's the way that people are starting to see everything. Now, I think it's the Rams have it where in the stadium they have that simulated weather events and stuff. Like they have not to that level, but something interactive like that to bring immersion into the stadium. So I think it's part of that whole immersive experience, um, that I think is the future of sports, because you have to understand that people have the technology to see things way better in their homes. So what is it that you're going to bring them to an event, right? A spectacle, something to see in person. But plus, like you were saying, the venue itself didn't hold as many. So they're going to have to look at balancing, how do I bring in a large volume of people and still give them, a good presentation in terms of the screens. But like I said, spectacular look. I loved seeing the mountains in the background. They were announcing the winners. I love the changes, and then you could see clearly like the screens and where people were watching it if they were on the upper deck. So it was amazing. It was amazing to watch. So I saw highlights of it, so I didn't watch the fights, but I was looking at it strictly for how did they do it, how did they pull it off. So I enjoyed it tremendously. Yeah, those fight payouts definitely took a hit after rehearsals. That's from Herc. So it looks like a great successful night in terms of the Sphere itself, showcased what it can do, and the UFC had I guess it showcased itself for sure. So it put it, not that it put it back on the map, I just think it's back in the discussion, in the spotlight where it needs to be. Any final thoughts on that before we move on to another topic? Or
what'd you just say?
Any final thoughts?
No, before that, you said they put it what?
It puts it back on the discussion. Like UFC's been in the discussion. What I'm saying is it brings it to another level of discussion for, again, mass media to consume. They're talking about the Sphere. They're talking about the fight night. They're talking. So it's not just people who watch UFC. It's being talked about in mainstream, in the media and other places, to say, oh my God, look, did you this was a fight spectacle, so on and so forth. Because I've seen it now all over the place.
But that happens every big fight. Like since the pandemic, the UFC is one of probably the best growing sport.
Yeah.
Like it's mainstream now. UFC is pretty mainstream in terms of like, I don't think this did anything for the UFC, but just show that they have a great creative team. And they're the premier. They've been the premier, but they're like, we are the best at throwing a live event, because that's one thing you hear across the board. Anybody that goes to a UFC event, they say it's the best sporting event they go to every time. Like, so, and that's, to me, that's counting football, that's counting basketball, baseball.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the UFC prides themselves on the event. So yeah. I don't think it did anything but just reinforce that they already had the best events.
Okay. All right. So again, if you like that discussion, make sure you guys subscribe, and make sure you guys are following us on all our channels. All right. So all right, what do you want to talk about next? You want to talk about Shannon? Yeah,
Dude,
I'm cutting promos and segments when I do my podcast piece.
I don't understand.
Well, because I do put in commercials in the podcast.
Oh, but so you giving them two, so now they gotta listen to 30 seconds of commercials?
Oh, our own commercials.
Yeah, but still, we gotta give the viewers some, we're not money hungry yet. But no, I don't really care about the Shannon Sharp thing. Like,
all right. So
to me, it was just a mistake. Like, I don't think there was anything more than it just happened. Because even like how he described it was like, how, whatever, the live stream turns on and somebody else had to go turn it off because he didn't know.
He has a team.
Yeah,
he has a team of people who have access to his social media and stuff. He's like some stuff I don't even post. They just I have a team.
Yeah, I don't.
That's what I need.
It's a good thing he didn't get fired, because again, Shannon Sharp was out here pounding cheeks on this a lot. Yeah. Obviously, people are saying he also faked it because the narrative on the internet was that he was gay, so that's why they say he faked it. But it's like, that doesn't make sense either, because why would he ruin? He's literally, that's another thing too. Like, the Cat Williams interview was only a couple months ago. That was the biggest interview at the time. Like, everybody wanted to interview. Cat Williams went to Joe Rogan after the Shannon Sharp thing.
Right.
He doesn't need to fake something for clicks. Like, he's doing pretty well. And to be honest, he's probably one of the best, like, or not best, but one of the bigger sports to media personality transition. Like, he's really thriving in it and taking it to another level for an athlete to go in and commentate, to go in and like discuss and dissect different sports. So like, yeah, I don't know. It was just It was kind
Yeah,
of, it is what it is. And it also, when it was here today and we're the only ones talking about it, you know what I mean? Like, now nobody else is talking about it. When it happened, it was the biggest story, and then nobody talks about it.
yeah. No, I happened to see it, see the Twitter feed when it was happening or when it happened. And I was like, oh, that's interesting and that's stupid. And then I was curiosity got the best of me. I'm like, so what the hell actually did happen? And I did listen to it. And like I said, man, if it's true and if it was a mistake, you know, you got commend the man for his performance.
You don't have to.
He seemed to
You
be
got to say pause after that, dude.
no pause. Yeah, it's a fortunate event that took place, and he's not the first. Hey, man, listen, man, I'm just saying, he did his business. He did his thing. All right, anyway. Well, oh yeah, you can see Chubbs back there. Yeah, okay. Birdie finally gave me Chubbs back. All right, anyway, let's move on from Chubbs and Shannon Sharp to the Penguin series. So the one thing like I said, the reviews are are coming out were really good. So they're saying, look, you got to watch the show. It's really good. And that's from the small percentage of early reviewers, right, that have gotten access to it, and they're saying and they're saying it's a lot like a mob show, right, which I'm very excited about. But the one thing I was really intrigued was the timeline. I didn't realize the timeline, that is just days after the events of the Batman, the movie, and then it leads right into the new film. So now I'm like intrigued. I'm like, oh shit. One, I can't miss it. Not that I was going to miss it anyway, but I was like, no. Now I definitely have to watch this on regular on release. But the reviews are that good, and that it's a mob show, and it's got really good action, and I don't think anyone compared it to The Sopranos. I'm just saying it has those elements of the crime syndicate and stuff like that. So I am fucking excited for the show. I mean, did you hear anything or did you read anything on the show, or what are your thoughts?
No, I'm just gonna watch it. I mean, I knew the timeline when they announced the show. So I knew it was gonna have to play a big part in the next movie. But you know what I do think? I think this Batman, Robert Pattinson Batman, isn't it Matt Reeves? I'm pretty sure.
Matt Reeves, yeah.
I think this iteration of Batman's gonna be, how do I say it? It's gonna be really good. And I don't know how people are gonna perceive it now. Even now, the first movie was really good, and people kind of I don't want to say they were hating, but they were definitely it's kind of boring, it's kind of slow. But it's but this was really cool, and this was cool, but kind of slow. That's what I kept hearing. The movie was slow, but I think the emphasis on the detective side of Batman and even darker side of Batman that we might. I mean, even the first movie it was pretty dark, but I think they can go darker a little bit, and I think. Honestly, I enjoyed watching Robert Pattinson as Batman because I think he brought a different element to it. So I think this Batman series itself is going to be a sleeper. Obviously, if Penguin does well on the masses, it's going to bring a lot of awareness to the next movie. And I think depending on how the next movie turns out, and if they can keep continuing to give us good content like this with this style, I think it's going to do really well, honestly.
Yeah,
I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, I thought the Batman with Robert Pattinson was really good. I enjoyed it. I thought it went a little too long. It went one scene too many, just because it went a little there was a good stopping point where it could have just ended and it would have been magnificent, like fucking amazing, 10 out of 10. And then it just went one scene too many. And I was like, fuck, you could have just stopped it here. But it's still a great movie. So I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed the darkness of it. I love the crime elements of it. And yeah, his Penguin portrayal was great. He was a great character. And so like I was excited for the show, but I was like, I was kind of on the fence. I wasn't sure like how good it would be, but like again, how close it is to the movie, how this just like takes off right where you left off. It kind of gets me excited now with the reviews being what they are. I'm definitely now the hype level is high. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping not to be let down. But again, the more I read about what they're exploring, I'm like, oh, he's going to be the crime boss, the underworld. That like
Do
they're
we
really
know?
going to go deep into it.
Do we know if it's gonna be a weekly release or all at once?
I could look it up, but I think it's a weekly release. I think they've learned that lesson. But let me,
If it
because I
is,
think
we should do it.
yeah, we should do it.
I mean, it's
Penguin,
very topical,
we
and
should.
obviously the new movie's coming out. You know, I'll commit to it. We'll take
Let's
a
see,
little break
Penguin
from Vampire Diaries.
Yeah, has 8 episodes. Is set to air weekly.
Yep. Yeah.
8 episodes weekly.
It's 8 weeks. I mean, we'll still be ahead. We're ahead on Vampire Diaries. This is off. Sorry, Chad. This is an off-stream conversation, but
It should be.
but
Hey.
I mean, could be a good opportunity. I kind of knew it was gonna be good though. Me personally, I really enjoyed the Batman movie. Like I really did. Like even the experience in the theater. Like I remember like excited about it being in the theater. Like, oh, this is something different. Like going into it, you got your little concerns. It's like, how's Robert gonna do? How like again another Batman story. So it's like, what's the different take? But truthfully, when I got in there and like the movie started from the start, I was like, oh yeah, this is my kind of vibe. Like definitely a whodunit, but also like it's obviously Batman elements. I don't know. I think I had high expectations for the Penguin show, and I think if it does deliver, that gets me even more excited for the second Batman because they're putting out good, again, what we asked for, good properties. I mean, obviously it's a redo, but good storytelling.
Yeah, it says here. Yeah, it says here the new episode. Let's see, just to make sure, the new episodes drop. Well, the first one starts Thursday, September 19th is the first episode, and then they're going to drop the next one a full 10 days after, the 29th. So, and then it'll drop every Sunday after. So it's a Thursday premiere, I guess, for just to get people excited, and then it's every Sunday after that. So Sunday nights, right after the show. Right after the show or right before the show. We can
in the first
make it our
I'm off.
Yeah. We can make it something that we can check out. So yeah. So again, if you're listening to this, you're watching in the comments, let us know if you what you're looking forward to on the Penguin, because I'm excited for the show. I can't wait, and I think that'd be a good show for us to watch and do a reaction for, because that'd be fun. Because then we can talk about it on the Sunday night show. The reaction and follow up. So
yeah, because Llama's gonna promo it.
I'm gonna promo the shit out of it if we do it. The promo king. I'm just gonna change my name to that. I did ask her to tell us about the merch because I know he bought merch, and this is what he wrote. Tell you what, if you go down to the link right now, you can find the Big Llama store to get yourself some of the latest and greatest Big Llama show gear with some great quality. Look, I don't need a commercial, Herc. I need to know what you thought of the merch that you bought. I just want to make sure that
that's why I said that.
I want to make sure the Damon shirt that you got was good quality. I want to know what you thought of it. That's what I'm trying to get at. I don't need a commercial, Herc. I could do that myself.
The chat mom posted in that group. That's what we need to know.
Right.
You need to put the shirt on and post that picture in the group for our sake and wallets.
Right. Oh, look at this.
Oh, shoot.
I haven't even seen it yet. Oh, so okay.
Well, your mission now, dude.
Exactly. Chat mom,
Wisconsin, dude. You eating cheese?
Right. What are you doing? Watching the Packers? What's going on over there? Is it cold over there? I don't even know where Wisconsin is.
The Midwest, dude, I don't know.
No big brain energy here. First thing I do when I get back. All right.
Well, I hope the first thing you do is say hi to the kids.
Right. Well, no. Post the pics first, then go say hi to your kids. Priorities, sir. Priorities. Okay. So again, the Penguin. So make sure you guys check that out. We're gonna check it out. I'm becoming a master resilience trainer. Is that
Mental health
resilience or mental
yeah.
health is important, brother? Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right. Hey, I agree.
Thank you for your service.
I don't even know what to say when someone says that to me. You know that?
No.
I don't know what to say. I just look at them like and I smile. Yep. Thanks.
Say you're welcome, dude.
It just feels weird. Anyway.
Llama won a championship and didn't get to play. that's the vibes I'm getting.
What do you mean?
You won a
What are you talking
championship, but you were sitting on the bench.
I don't understand what that means. Like what?
I mean, the way you're saying is like you didn't feel like you did anything.
Oh no, not that I did anything. It's I don't know. It's just one of those weird things. Like you don't do it because you say you want people to thank you for it. I just say thank you for your support. And
boom, look at him, media train Herc.
See, I told you. He knows where the priorities are. Hopefully, Chat Mom's not watching. All right. So next topic, we got Kendrick Lamar. He books the Super Bowl. He's the headliner of the Super Bowl in Louisiana, which caused a little bit of a fit from Lil Wayne. So I mean, Kendrick is a clear-cut choice. I mean,
clear cut.
Yeah, man. I mean, his album is number one. He's or his
no, his song. Don't say his album.
His song is number one.
His album did terrible to Kendrick standards. He's coming off his worst album by sales metrics. But he's not going to be able to perform the number one hit on the fucking Super Bowl stage. You can't call somebody a pedophile on the Super Bowl stage.
You don't think he's gonna? You don't think he's gonna play that song?
I don't think he can. You think about the Super Bowl, dude. There's kids watching. They're not gonna promote that.
He is gonna drop that A minor line for sure.
There's no way, dude. There's no way. Plus, I'm sure Drake's legal team has already reached out. Like, if my client gets called pedophile on the Super Bowl stage, there will be legal ramifications for everybody involved. There's no way. There's no way he plays it.
Wait, are there bets on that?
No, but I don't think so. You got Pepsi. You got to think there's brands involved, dude. This is not just a concert. You can just say it. This is the Super Bowl where people pay millions of dollars to get their ads ran on that. Nobody wants to be associated with pedophiles in a scenario like that. It's just not good business, dude.
So you don't agree that Kendrick is the good choice for the halftime show?
I'm not saying it's a bad choice, but I think I think he only got it because of the beef with Drake.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's the most noteworthy person to get it. If you're gonna get somebody.
Now people are saying he is gonna drop. Now people are saying he's gonna drop an album, so hopefully we get good music from him. I mean, he really doesn't drop that frequent either. So this would be kind of fast for him to drop another album. So I don't know if that plays a factor. I mean, Herc says Lil Wayne. I mean, Lil Wayne would be cool, but you would need like Lil Wayne, Drake, Nicki. You would need like basically what they did in LA, you know?
Right.
But Lil Wayne would have been cool. I don't think Lil Wayne really deserves it either, though. I mean, I think the thing is, this Kendrick thing is kind of like, I don't know. It's a legacy thing because most of the Super Bowl acts are like legacy. There's very rare that the person's still doing their prime. They're still in their prime and perform at the Super Bowl. Because like even like when Bruno Mars did it, it was like Bruno Mars might be an example, Katy Perry might be an example, but everybody else is Rihanna. But even Rihanna, she hasn't put out an album in years. At this point, she pretty much is a legacy act. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who would be a better choice of the if not, you know.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, Taylor Swift would have been a better choice. Like if you're just
no,
going by album sales and to get people to in the NFL, like that would have been a perfect match. I'm not talking about from that I'm a Swiftie or anything. I'm just saying if you were trying to get the most bang for your buck in dollars wise and star power, you just get her and you say, hey, you're already on our advertising for all our games. Just do the halftime show.
yeah, but
She's just the biggest artist in the
yeah, but
world.
she's not the demographic for for NFL. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
right.
I mean, you would get the women interested. Yeah, like the people, the men who are watching the football game actually don't give a fuck about Taylor Swift. You know what I mean?
No, they
Like,
don't. They don't. But you would get a large audience of people who watch the Super Bowl that
it's
don't
just
normally watch the Super Bowl.
what? It's the Super
Yeah,
Bowl, dude. It's
but you would get okay. You put okay.
how
So
much? How many more people are you gonna get from Taylor
I'm
Swift watching the Super Bowl? I watch the Super Bowl and I don't watch any football all year.
I'm saying if you were to get Taylor Swift to do the halftime show, you would get at least almost an additional, I don't know how many Swifties there are. All of those people across the world that are her fans would just watch that for that would have no reason to watch the Super Bowl or care about football or even watch or like they would just watch. There would be a ratings boost just because it's her.
I don't.
By
I don't know. Man.
I know people, I know the layman, I know people who watch Super Bowl just because it's the Super Bowl and they never watch football ever. I know. What I'm saying is that she provides that boost where Kendrick does not.
No,
I'm
that's
just
crazy.
saying.
What? You
No,
didn't see the internet go up and roar because Kendrick got it? You just said Kendrick is the most, and in
no,
terms of hip hop, like Kendrick has had the best year in hip hop. Kendrick Lamar
yes,
is just as big as Taylor Swift, not numbers wise, but just as big in terms of cultural impact, just as big. So if Kendrick is performing the thing, whatever eyes you think Taylor's bringing, he's also bringing some eyes. You know what I mean? Like, but also the people that listen to Kendrick probably already watched football. You know what I mean? So it's like a perfect fit, I think. I don't, it's like, bro, the Super Bowl, I don't know. Who gives a, like, who's good? It's going to be a good show, I'm sure, of like
yeah,
Taylor Swift, if
yeah.
Taylor Swift performs. But like, all right, let's get back to the fucking game, dude. You know what I mean? I don't want to, you belong with me. All right, let's go. Like, what?
She could do Bad Blood. She can come out and do like a song with him, and then
No,
people would lose their fucking minds.
that'd be terrible. If Kendrick did that, he literally, what did Drake say? He's like, you got to go give a verse to the Swifties. Like, you can't do that. If you're Kendrick, you got to stand on some morals. He's not doing that. If he brings anybody else, it's gonna be like fucking Snoop Dogg. It's gonna be Dre. It's gonna be another West Coast type thing. Or he might bring out other people like Baby Keem. I don't know. It's actually it's really interesting because it's like how is he gonna and if will he perform not like us? Like if he performs not like us and just takes a fine, like that's also kind of crazy because he will get fined. I don't think they're like we get you got the buzz off of this song, but you're not gonna be able to say that. And most of the
Right.
lines are about fucking a lot. You know, it's a lot of lines are very egregious things, accusations.
Yeah. I mean,
So it'll be interesting to see what kind of set. And knowing Kendrick, he's gonna come out with the Jesus crown. You know what I mean on his head. He's gonna play. He's got a lot of hits. I mean, that's another thing. Like Kendrick's fucking the hits he can use will go crazy.
yeah. I mean, it's going to be interesting. It's certainly getting people talking early about the Super Bowl, so that's a good thing.
But I think if he just
Um,
plays the beat, that's pussy. You just play the beat, that's you know what I mean? No, like, all right, nice. You know what I
if he
mean?
just
Like,
walks out, to the beat, and then he doesn't say anything.
well, I thought it would be dope if he just walks out and in the beginning of the song it's like, I see dead people. Like you started out like that, but then you do your set, that'd be cool. But if you just play the beat, don't say any of the words, and it's like, all right, cool. Then we get it. You could have just played a song we all like, or play that song. You know what I mean? Just say it. You're gonna play the beat.
Right.
Don't tiptoe around it. And
Just do it.
that's one thing he says he doesn't like about Drake. He doesn't like when Drake tiptoes around the beef. So you can't be a hypocrite in that moment either.
You just got to go for it. Yeah, go for it.
Nah,
But
I don't think it's gonna happen, dude. There's a lot of money on the line. And again, you got to think these people, they don't give a fuck about a rap beef. They give a fuck about that this guy's associating pedophile with two of the biggest rap artists are associating pedophiles to my brand because I paid for a Super Bowl ad. You know, you got to think about it like that. You can't think about it like, oh, this is hip hop. That would be the most hip hop thing if you played the song. But it's the Super Bowl. It's not the fucking NBA Finals. You know what I'm saying? The NBA Finals, you might get away with it. I mean, they play the song all the time. But then again, oh my God, I just thought about it. The NBA Finals was playing that the whole time. Now they didn't say the pedophile lines, but you know, they not like us. They were playing it. But again, if you say the song and you just go through the chorus, is that really the big dagger you want out of it? I don't think so. Who knows though? It's interesting.
Yeah. Like I said, it gets people talking. It's thinking about what set list he's gonna have.
I mean, I can pick the set list for you, dude. I think it's pretty clear what songs he's gonna play, dude.
What he's gonna play? Let's see.
You want me to list them all, dude?
Well, no. I have a couple of outlets who are saying their dream set list for the Super Bowl. But what songs do you think he's gonna play? Or for sure, what's the for sure song he's gonna play?
Dude, a for sure song? I'm gonna have to look at this too. Let's see. Kendrick Lamar.
Lamar's.
Well, you know a song he can't get away with? I think it's not for sure one, but like that, the song that started the beef, I think you can get away with that.
Oh,
because and it gets the same thing. Humble's obviously gonna be there.
Oh yeah,
100%. Humble. DNA might be in there. Shit,
all the stars, right? With
no, I don't think that's gonna be.
It's a Black Panther song, man. He's gotta play that.
Yeah, it's a good song, but it's not a Kendrick. Like you would have to have SZA there, which I mean, she was part of his label or the old label, but Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe's probably gonna be there. Swimming Pools. Poetic Justice would be funny, just the fact that Drake's on it, but that's obviously not gonna be on there.
He's got Mona Lisa featuring Lil
Bro,
Wayne.
if he does fucking, oh shit, if he does the song he has with the Jay-Z remix on the remix, that'd be hard.
Oh, like that with Future Metro Boomin? Yeah,
I think you can get away with that instead of doing Not Like Us, even though Not Like Us is the bigger song, but it's still like kind of the same message, like the diss song that started. But again, it has other people on it that probably won't be on the Super Bowl show, right? Like The Blacker the Berry. That would be a crazy song to do at the Super Bowl, just because the messaging. That's another thing too, huh?
That's a DNA, Mad City.
Yeah, oh yeah,
I like Mad City for sure.
Yeah, and he has a good set list.
Yeah, Tank says you better see SZA.
She'll probably be there. I don't think she'll be on the stage though.
Yeah, it'd probably be a background track. You never know, because they bring the big guns to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but not all the time. Rihanna did it by herself. Bruno Mars did it by himself. You know what I mean? Like, not everybody brings somebody. Really, the LA one was kind of like where it was like a huge ensemble. I'm pretty sure there's like maybe like, they'll probably like, I remember seeing like guitarists and like other people from other lanes come in like that, but I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, I like Mad City. That's one of my favorites of his.
But I mean, and that's another thing that I think is a point that people don't. The LA one just happened to be in LA, or like obviously they did it for that reason. But that's the only one that's kind of been like they are from here, and this is where the Super Bowl is. So let's have them perform the Super Bowl. So like, people are like, "Oh, it's in New Orleans." It's like, well, they never really do that. The LA one was the only one they did that for. So they don't necessarily have to bring Lil Wayne. If they would have brought Lil Wayne though, and like Lil Wayne would have brought Drake out, Nicki out, That would have been probably a top Super Bowl halftime, right next to Taylor Swift.
Yeah, that would have been good. That would have been good.
But I don't know. Isn't
Jay-Z on the selection committee for the Super Bowl?
Well, I
Or
think
is he a
Rock Nation
producer?
has something. They have something to do with it,
Yeah,
and
'Cause
that's people are saying that they have beef, and Lil Wayne and Jay-Z have beef, and that's why they didn't invite him, or I don't know. But I don't think that's the case either. Travis went for Maroon 5. Okay. See, Maroon 5's random, but it worked. Yeah, that is super random.
Yeah, for sure. But hey, I said it's interesting. Again, it's the beginning of the NFL season. We're talking about the halftime show, Super Bowl. So it's working. It's working.
Well, I mean, yeah. It's again, you got the Drake Kendrick beef was one of the biggest stories for, at least in my world, for weeks. Weeks people were talking about it. And every time a song dropped, it like literally was like how I felt when I first like got into hip hop, and I would like feel the moments a little bit more. Now it's not as much because like an album can drop and like you'll hear it around. I'll like be like, all right, this song's gonna play out. I'll hear it out, whatever. But before it was like when 50 Cent dropped, you felt 50 Cent. When Kanye dropped, it felt Kanye dropped. You know what I mean? When they had that beef, it felt like hip hop. Like it was like everybody was talking about it. It's all anybody could talk about. You know what I mean? It was that and fucking Taylor Swift being at the football games. Like,
true, very true. Yeah, I said Herc says, bro, the whole beef was the biggest thing since Tupac and Biggie, the whole East versus West shit. Yeah. It got people talking about it. So no, it was a great time. And it's
I did
people
see
still
somebody
talking
say,
about it.
what if Kendrick brought Lil Wayne out? That would be the ultimate hip hop dagger.
Ooh.
No, that's the ultimate hip hop dagger
Yeah.
if he brings Lil Wayne out. And Lil Wayne goes, and co-signs that, because again, that's Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne is, I mean, Drake is Lil Wayne's artist. You know what I mean? Like, that's a kind of like my mentor went against, on my ops shit. Like that would break the internet if Lil Wayne pops up. Like it would be a very bad time to be a Drake fan in that moment. 100%.
Yeah, it's over.
Oh man, that would hurt my heart. But as a hip hop fan, obviously I love Drake. As a hip hop fan, though, I want to see that kind of viciousness. You know what I mean? Like, oh fuck, he got you, brother. Like, hey, you got cooked right there, man.
They do have a record together. It's I think it's called Mona Lisa.
But that ain't one that you want to listen to at the fucking Super Bowl.
No. I'm just saying, but they do.
No, if he brings Wayne on, he's letting Wayne do a Millie at least. You know what I mean? Like something. He's letting Wayne do something. But
right, because he's representing Louisiana, right?
Exactly. I don't think they would do Mona Lisa. I don't think that's a song that's like, that's not a song. I mean, I don't know. Again, Kendrick's very creative, and that's where I'm most excited about this Kendrick announcement is how creative he is. Is like, what kind of show is he going to put on? Because even if he doesn't play Not Like Us, he can do a lot of things to be subliminally dissing Drake through the Super Bowl and be very hip hop. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you gotta think like Jay-Z with the fucking who'd he put on he put Prodigy on the Hot 97 screen, like something crazy like that would be dope. But I don't know. We'll see. It'll be good for hip hop if he does diss Drake. Hey, fuck Drake. You know what I mean? Like in the middle of it, that'd be hard. I respect that. I respect it a lot.
Oh my god,
that guy.
Oh my god! Like you said, if Lil Wayne comes out, internet is done. Like,
no. Yeah, that is
everyone's brains will melt.
I don't know, man. That puts Drake in a weird scenario if that happens.
Yeah, what do you do? What do you do at that point?
You just got to put good music. I mean, you just got to put good music out. Nobody will care at the end of the day. But in terms of like hip hop fans and like what that beef is, and just like thinking of it as like if you were in that situation, you know what I mean? Like, damn, like that's crazy. That's like if No, you don't. You don't do that.
Change your name, come back as another artist.
You don't tuck your tail, but no. This new guy is crazy, man. He's got some flow.
He sounds like Dre. His name is Draco.
Oh, that's funny because he said that in the video once.
Oh, did he?
Fresh Montana, we're in Dominican Republic. The El Draco. There's already a video of Wayne performing Not Like Us on stage.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, the song is good. You gotta like,
yeah.
Even Drake thinks the song is good. There's no way. He loves good music. You might not like what he's saying, but you got to admit, I might not like genres of music. Now it's different. Nobody's ever dissed me in a track. I might feel different. But if it bangs, you got to be like, at least it's a bop, brother. Like, at least it's a bop.
So we got to put out a mixtape.
Pete Davidson had a joke about that, how Ariana like put him in, like talking about her exes or whatever. And his grandpa was like, well, at least it's a good song.
Oh, that's a thank you next.
Yeah. So at least it's a hit.
Right when the shitty like B-side.
Yeah, she did you on some slow shit nobody ever listens to. Now only you know, like.
Oh man. All right, man. So we're getting to that bewitching hour. It's almost time for us to go. Any parting shots, Mr. AD, man, before we shut it down tonight?
I do not have any.
No, nothing. All right. All right. Well, listen, I want to thank everyone who joined us tonight. Thank you to Tang, to Hercules, to Roman 2 Raw, Chat Mom Early, Jay Birdie. I don't think I'm missing anybody. Thank you guys for contributing. Thank you guys for joining us on the chat. Thank you guys for liking and subscribing, for checking out all our stuff. We will be back next Sunday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, here on the Big Llama Show. Make sure you guys like our reaction videos. Make sure you guys go to the merch link. Check out the merch. As Herc said, the stuff is pretty good. He's going to be posting some stuff. Once I see it on in person on Herc, we'll post some reviews on it as well. So check out the links in the description. I am the Big Llama. He is Blackout AD. We'll see you guys next Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, here on the Big Llama Show. Peace out, everybody.